Okay, so that's a pretty good scramble with this, and we're going to see if we can't work our way through it. Now I'll tell you, this is a marathon solve, so it's going to take a while, and it's also not the most stable playable puzzle that you can have, and it's like that with most of the pentultimates. So beware of the puzzle potentially coming apart on you. Anyway, to solve this, basically you need to know how to solve a megaminx and a pentultimate. Because basically that's what this is. This is a megaminx inside a pentultimate, a master pentultimate rather. So if you know how to solve a master pentultimate and a megaminx, do that and you can solve this. So I'm just going to walk through the basic methods, but it's really the same kind of a thing. Now it might be helpful to demonstrate doing a scrambled megaminx at the same time. So I'm going to just go ahead and scramble this and see if that might help with the perspective, because some of you guys that might be having a difficult time with this may be losing your perspective on the megaminx solve. So I'll just, okay, doesn't have to be a full kind of a thing. So the first step to a megaminx solve, now when you're looking at this, although it looks like these are separate sides, they're really not. If you were to take this puzzle apart, you're going to find that it's pretty much a flattened megaminx. So this piece over here, if you can see this orange piece, this is attached to this piece and this this color over here. So this corner is this. So what you see here, that was kind of hard to visualize, but what you see in the corner over here, that is that's basically this piece, which has three colors, but it's spread on three sides. This is an edge piece, just like this. So this and this, that's the same piece as well. If you could bear that in mind, then you can solve this. And I know it's going to be a little difficult to maybe see this. Okay, so I'm going to do the best that I can with the lighting. So the first step in the first part of the solve, the megaminx part of the solve, is I'll find the green center, just like I'd find the green center here, and we're going to put the edges in. So the edges, I'm really going to be doing exactly what you're seeing here. I've got a green edge, put this by the center over here, find another green edge over here, and I'm going to put this by its center. So I'm going to take this brown, match it up with a center here, and move it in. Take this green, match it up with the black here, move it up. Again, I'm going to assume that you know how to do this. I'm just demonstrating it for demonstration's sake, and then basically putting the rest in. So this belongs here, and the final green edge with the white one belongs here. Okay, so we have the star in. That's what we're going to work on here. So what you can see, I think, is you can see this green edge just below the green center. You can see that that's red over there, so that's not the correct placement because that's the blue center. Okay, so I think I need to get a better studio here. So I'm going to match this with the red center, which is right over here. So I'm simply going to take this and I'm going to turn this where the red is. Oh. Just like that. Okay, so in that way this green edge is where it's supposed to be with this center. Okay, so I'm going to find some other greens. Here's another green over here, green and white. Now this isn't white, it looks white, but it's more like a beige kind of a color. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this around. Now, this is going to be the most confusing part. Bear in mind that when you're moving this, see this edge over here? When I move this part here, it's only going to move this here. So it's going to be the equivalent to this. So I'll know that what's going to move these three, or this whole side, is going to be the outer master pentultimate that's kind of attached to that side. So what does that mean? That means that I want to move, where to go? I want to move this. Okay, this is actually the white one here. To move that, to move this line over here, this side, I got to move this. Now, lining up is going to be, it's got to be completely lined up. Once it is, if well lubricated, it moves pretty well. So this movement here is going to move these three, those three down here. So I'm going to move this, find the white So turn. Now I want to still move this. I'm going to be moving this over here. This will move this entire side. So this side of the penultimate will rotate this entire side. Turn, turn. You can see that this white is now lined up with this center here, as is this. So now I just have to rotate this up. Well, you just have to kind of play with it and get used to what I'm talking about. So this is in and this is in. And now I saw another green. Here's another green over here. And it's this is a purple. So I'm going to find the purple side right over here. And I got to match this purple to here. So I'm going to rotate this side like so. So I'm just going to move this. And again, by moving this, I'm just moving this side and all of these parts down below. Bless you. Then I'm going to take this, which is the purple color here, move it up to here. So you can see this purple is now matched up, and it's green over there. Now I'm going to just double turn it up to here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these three are in, but they're in the correct place. White, purple, and red. So again, it's not complicated what I'm doing. I'm just lining things up. Here's another green edge. This is a green and a beige color. I guess that's what that is. So I'm going to find the beige center, which is not here, but here. So I'm going to move this down. Again, I'm moving it from the terminal end here. Yeah, move it down. Move this like so. And now this beige is going to match up with this color here. Like that. And now this green and beige, which is here, I'm going to move this up to here. So it's not complicated if you remember that this is a megaminx solve. I'm wondering if I move this over here, if that's going to be better. Trying to redirect my lighting. Oh, that's better. Okay. You just have to think about the motion. Okay, now this green here, that's not an edge, that's a corner. So we have to bear that in mind. The other green, the final green to get the star in, I'm right over here. So this is a dark green and light blue. That's going to match up to here. So I'm just going to work on moving it. Turn over here. Turn this up. Now it's easy to lose what you're, there it is. Okay, so remember, this is the side that I'm turning, so I'm going to move this up until I've got the blue one matched with the green. Then I simply go turn this in, splat. Now it might kind of freak you out a little bit because you might be thinking when I turn this it feels like I'm moving this entire thing. You're not. You're not affecting anything else in this window except for this layer over here. So you can do this. You're not causing any changes with any other layer in there. Okay, so basically you've got the star. So that's equivalent to this. These two are now in the same position. The edges are easy. They're just moved into here by doing your RIDIRD. So here's a green, white, and pink, which rolls into here, RIDIRD. Just roll it in the way you do a megaminx. Again, I have to assume knowledge of doing that. This to come into here, bring it out of the way, move this down, bring it across, bring it up. Just in case you forgot how to solve a megaminx, I'm just going through this real quick. This needs to move up to here. So RIDIRD, RIDIRD. You can just keep doing this if you want. It's not a difficult step. This is the easiest of steps. You just have to do some hunting around. RIDI. Okay. So there's your first side, and we're still working on that here. Okay, so you can see that there's a green corner that's already in. You can see that over there way at the end. Is it the right one? Yeah. You got the light blue and you've got the white. So you know that it's the correct corner. So you can't just put any green corner in there. That one happens to be correct. So here's another one. This is green. I see purple. And I see white. Green, purple, and white. So where's that going to go? Well, that's going to go here. It's in the right place. It's just rotated wrong. So knowing that this is going to move this corner, we're going to do our RI. First I have to coax it to move RI. Then DI, RD. Alright, so that corner is now down here. You can see the purple, white, and green. Got to move it into here, and once again do. Now you got to be careful about forcing it too much because it can cause it to go off track. RI, DI. Okay, that's not quite in yet, so I'm going to extend it past a little bit. But you can just do RI, DI, RD if you're not sure what I'm doing with this right now. It's kind of a form of that. And pop it in. Okay, so you can see that corner is now in, and it's the correct corner because the other parts of the colors match. Here's another corner, a green corner over there. I see red and white. So we're doing the green, red, and white, which is right here. So this guy, now remember when I'm turning this, I'm not affecting anything here. So don't let that freak you out. This needs to come up to here, so bump it out of the way. Move this down. Any difficulty that you're having with this just means either number one, you're still having a hard time seeing this as a megaminx, or number two, you're getting a little turned around by the turning. That you're just going to have to get yourself used to. Okay, more corners. Right over here, and this one is red and beige. So that's going to come into here. Now it's easy to lose track of where you are, like I just did. Okay, right over here. So I'm going to turn this up here. Turn it back down. Where'd you go? Oh, right over here. Okay, so this is going to come into here. This corner, come over to here. Move it out of the way. Bring this down. Turn it in. Move it up. So you can see we're making some good ground with the greens, and you can see that we're filling in the top side over here. And I don't think we have much more to go. I think we just have one more to go. And that happens to be here, so this is going to be moving up to here. And it's actually just below this, so it's within that space. Line this up, down, RI, DI. Move it once more, actually, R, D, and again, RI, DI, R. Don't have to do the other D. Okay, so this green side is now solved. These are not. Okay, now notice the green, this is not green, is it? So you kind of want to go the extra step. You could just not acknowledge these yet, or you could just start putting them in now while you have the opportunity. I like to put them in now because it takes it out of the way. So I want to find the green center over here. It's right up here. So I'm going to move it to where it's just above where it has to be. And then I'm going to do the algorithm that swaps these two and then swaps these two. And that's going to holding it over here. We just go down, down, up, up. And the good thing about that is it doesn't disrupt what you've done, but it did place this over here. Okay. The next step in the megaminx solve is we do these edges. It's a layer by layer thing that we're going to be doing. And it's the same algorithm as the middle layer of a 3x3. So first off, I want to put this to here, but first I want to move it up to here. So we're going to do, well, or better yet, why don't we find this to come over to here, black and blue. Okay, move this into here, and on the right side do UR, UIRI, UIFI, UF. That puts that here. It takes this and allows me to take this and position it to where it goes into this middle layer here. So the positioning is just a little tricky, but this goes to the left side. UI, LI, UL, UF, UI, FI. So that's in. So now I want the white and pink. White and pink is all the way over there. So I'm just positioning it to where this can now go into here. UR, UI, RI, UI, FI, UF. And now this is going to come to here. Now megaminx solve I'm doing because it's not too extensive. Okay, and I'm just positioning this to come to here. And it's the same algorithms, middle layer of a 3x3. So you can see I've got this middle layer done. Now keep your perspective about you because you're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to turn this upside down. And now we're going to look for the edge. We can look for, say, the blue and purple. And we'll hunt around for it. Maybe we'll get lucky. Light blue and purple. Right over here, we did get lucky. It's right here. So now understand, if I'm doing move here or here, I'm not going to mess anything up here. The only way I'm going to mess up anything here is if I cut through my center with any moves. So don't let that freak you out, but I'm going to take this over to here. And I know that these moves are going to move my edge here. Again, don't let that freak you out. So now this blue is matched up with this. This purple is going to go down to here. Now again, keep your wits about you and picture this as a megaminx. And that's going to be U. And this is my R. R. UI. RI. UI. This is my F here. FI. U. And F. Now with all that motion, you can see I did not disrupt my green side, but I did put my blue and purple. Now notice I did a little bit of struggling with that. That's going to be your biggest source of frustration with this puzzle, because in the midst of your struggling, you're going to forget what part of the algorithm you were at, and you have to start from scratch. So expect that. Okay, purple and white. Purple and white. Purple and white, right up here. So I'm just going to freely move this. See how this doesn't want to move? That means there's a little bit of malalignment somewhere. Right over here, I think. Purple and white. There we go. I gotta be careful, because if I think I'm moving it, see right here, I was out of alignment and I was about to bisect this whole puzzle, which would not have helped my cause at all. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm struggling with the motion, but I'm also trying to move it into position. There's my blue and white, or purple and white rather. Okay, now again, you see me moving this whole side, but it's not causing any issues here. So moving the white into here. Now this is going to move down to here, this white and purple. And that's going to be UI. And this is my L, LI, U, L, U, F, UI, FI. And with great struggle, I'm able to get that purple and white one in. Okay, so we are continuing with our middle layer here. This is just for the sake of perspective. White and red we're looking for, and it's right over here. So white and red is here. So I'm going to move it down into its proper places. Move this, understanding that when I move this, it's only going to move this top, so I'm just going to stress that again. And this is going to move down to here with our familiar algorithm. Remember, move this top, don't move this middle layer. Always keep that stationary. And it's going to be UI, get it lined up. This is our L over here. LI, U, gotta get it down here. L, U, F, UI, and FI. Okay, so that's in. Now red and this beige color here, which is right over here. So this will move down to here. UI, LI, U, L. Now I recommend lubricating this puzzle. I actually had to do a disassembly and reassembly. Didn't want to, but I did. And I took that opportunity to lubricate the heck out of it. But even with lubrication, alignment is still something of an issue. Okay, now we have beige and blue, and then we're done. And it's right over here. So watch, I'm going to move this, but it's not going to affect anything here. So beige and blue. And after a while, you'll get an intuitive sense of this being just like your megaminx solve. So UI, LI, see, it does not want to move. There we go. U, L, U, whoop, F, UI, FI. So this suffers from the same issues of all megaminxes. Okay, so this is all in. You can see these middle layers are all in over here. So the next step in the megaminx solve, this is actually the longest step, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be putting these three in and these three in, so you're going to go to the next corner with the adjacent edges. So an example of that is, say we do this one black and green. The first thing that I do is I put the edges in. So I put one in, then I'm going to look for the green and blue. So I guess it's important to know how I do this before I do it here. So how I do the megaminx solve. I'm going to move this up, put it into this slot so you can see that these are all in. Now the corner, I'm going to move the corner to the top. In this case it's going to be green, blue, and black. I find it here, it's right here. So I've got to move it to the top. And as long as I'm moving it here, I'm not going to affect anything I just did. So I'm going to move it to the top, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, you see how it's in the same layer? Get it out of that layer and put it right to the side. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to put that to the right. So now this is my up area. I'm going to move this to the same layer as my corner. And I'll just do RI, DI, RD. Now I keep doing that until this is in the same, until this is oriented with these two edges. RI, DI, RD, RI, DI, RD. And you can see that this is in, and I simply move it down. Okay, so let's do another one just to bear that in mind. Now again, I am assuming knowledge of how to solve this, but I'm just going to go through it just to gain a perspective a little bit. I need a red and blue, light blue, which is here. I'm going to leave it to you to figure out how to put it in. Red and white, because again, that's one of the requisite pieces of knowledge that you're supposed to have. Red and white. Let's find the red and white. Right over here. So I'm going to move it to the top. I always move things back if I did anything to it. Where are you going? Okay, this needs to go into this spot, so I move this down, move this here. Okay, now I'm looking for the red, white, and light blue, which is here. So remember, I move it to the top, then I put it to the layer, not the layer right in front of me, not the same layer as these, the adjacent one. Move it to the right, take this, move the one that's here to the top, and do RI, DI, RD. And I keep doing that over and over again until I have it in and move it down. So now you can see this is in and this is in, and the rest is really pretty much the same. So here's a white. Once again I put one in. Now the pink one, which is right here, put this in the proper place next to the white, bring it down. Now the white burgundy, I guess, and pink, I'm going to say is right over here. It's already in the top layer, so move it to the face just adjacent to it. Move this to the right so that this is on the top. Move this edge to the top and RIDIRD it into submission. RIDIRD, this is in, and bring it down. Okay, so I think you get the picture. That's going to be done with all of these until we have all of those in. So it'll look like this. Okay, so you can see that at this point all these guys are in. So we're going to want to do that with this here. So it's really the same thing, so don't lose heart. You just have to figure out where you've got to go. You can orient yourself by these corners are going in, and it's the adjacent edges. So I'm looking for the yellow and blue. Let's do that one first. It's right over here. So I'm going to move this up, and again, as long as I'm moving these faces, I'm not going to affect anything that I did here. It's only going to move these. So let's move this up. Bring this across, and now I'm going to move this into position like so. So you can see I move this orange and purple in. Now I'm going to look for the orange and white, which is right here. So I'm going to move it to the top. I move this up, so I want to move it back down. Okay, now that I've done that, where did I put it? Right over here. So I want it to be in this position. This I want to be over here, so I'm just going to move this up to the top. Bring this in. And now I can take a look at what I did by moving it down. So you can see I've got these Mickey Mouse ears, and it correlates with this. So now I need to find the one that's yellow, purple, and white, the corner. Well, that was close, but that's not it. This is it right here. Yellow, purple, and white. So this is already in the top layer. Understand, actually it's not. This is my bottom layer here. So this I have to move to the top layer. And don't lose heart, if I move this piece, it's not going to affect anything I just did. So I'm going to take, and it's easy to lose track, right over here, this corner, and I'm going to move it to the top by going 1, 2. Now that it's there, let's bump it out of the way here. Oh, we're not completely lined up, and I will derail it if I force it. Okay, I'm just going to move this back down. Not that I needed to, but just to get used to it. Let's see if I can find it. Right over here. Okay, so let's keep track of things. This is on the top. Okay, this is the top, and this is the face that we're going to be moving. So I got to get this purple, white, and yellow. I got to get it off of this face. This is the front face, right over here. If I can move it, I could show you. Anyway, this over here. So we move it to the adjacent face just to the right. Splat. Okay, now that it's here, I'm going to turn it to where the top face, where it's at, is going to be to my right, to the right. And you can show yourself that it's there, purple, white, and yellow. I'm going to take this edge, because I've got two pairs here, it's this one, yellow and white. I'm going to move it to the top. Okay, just be sure it's there, and it's at the same level as this. And I'll just do RI, and this is my D over here, DI, R, D. And you keep doing that over and over again, but it turns out we got lucky, because you can see the orange one is in, this blue one and this white match up, so I simply move it down, again, bang, just like that. Okay, so what you can see is this has been placed, just like these, and these are also in. So let's try another one over here. Blue and white. Let's just find the blue and white edge, which is right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to It's right here. So move this over to here. Put the blue down to here. Make sure we're all lined up so I don't derail the thing. Bang, so it's there. And now I move it down. Just like that. Now I move this down, I gotta move it back up again, just to undo what I did. So white and blue. Turns out the corner's already here, but I gotta get the edge in first. So let's find the blue and red. Right over here. Right here. So I'm gonna take this and move it up to the top, like so. Now I know it's at the top. Get it out of the way, and let's move this down, just so that we're used to doing that. Alright, red and blue. Oh, that wasn't exactly the top. This is the top. Okay, let me make sure I didn't destroy anything. Okay, I didn't. Tried to, but I didn't. Okay, here's the blue and red. This blue has to go in this slot here, so I'm just going to move this like so. Move the correct blue in, and then we're going to move it down. Then we'll move this back up. Now one of the biggest distractions is having to adjust the puzzle so I can move the thing. So this should be, no, actually the corner is going to be blue, red, white, and blue. Very patriotic. See if I can find it. It's actually this. This is it. So I'm going to move it up so it's at the top, bump it out of the way, and now we move this down. Now the red, white, and blue should be here. It is. Get it away from the front face, like this. Now move the top to the right. This, take this blue, move it to the top. And now with this here, and this corner over here, we do our RI, DI, RD. Now you can see it's not in correctly because this is red, the blue's over here, so we do it again. RI, DI, RD, and I'll point out again the D is here. The D is adjacent to the R over here. RI, DI, RD, not in yet, so we keep wheeling it around. RI, DI, you can see it's in now, R, and move it with the D. Okay, so this is all in, and we're just going to move it down. Okay, so you can see this is in. So we've got this one in, this one in. Let's practice again, pink and red. Find a pink and red, or a pink and white. I'll take either. Pink and red is right here, but it's upside down. So I can move this up. Bump it out of the way. Move this back down. Here's our pink and red. This is where it needs to be. We just have to move it down over here. Red and pink. Pink and white. Right over here. So this needs to go where this is, so I'm going to turn it. Now understand, I'm not heading on shaky territory here. So although this goes through the entire side, it's only affecting this. I keep stressing that. So this will come over here. And here. So this pink will come into this slot, like so. And just to hold its place, we'll move it down. So I've got these two here. I'm looking for the corner that goes pink, beige, and gray. Pink, beige, and gray. Here's a pink, gray, and green. That ain't it. Pink, beige, and gray. So it's right over here. Get my perspective, it's right here. So I'm going to move this up to the top, get it out of the way, undo whatever this move is, bring it back down. Okay. Keep making sure that it's aligned. Okay, now let's find out where we were at. We're over here. So pink, beige, and gray is right here at the top. move it to the right side. So this is to the right, this is up. So again, up, right, and down. This one is down. Bring this up so that this pink is on top at the same level as this. And we do RI, DI, RD. So this is in. If at any time you think you got the picture, stop what you're seeing and go ahead and try it yourself. I'm just keeping going just in case something's confusing for you. So here's all these are in. Now we've got a gray, so gray and beige, or gray and blue, I'll accept either. That's gray and pink, gray and blue. So what I'm going to do, and here's gray and beige, so I actually already have the gray and beige one. I'll move that into position, beige and gray. Now I need that gray and blue, light blue, which is, whoop, yeah, gray and blue, which is here. This corner's already in, but unfortunately I got to take it out because I got to move this gray into this position here. And I know it might be hard to see because my fingers are larger than this window, so that might be a little hard to see. Oh, actually, it's going to look like this. Bring this down, across, and bring this back up. Okay. So these are in. This is the wrong, well, that's not even gray, so never mind. Now where does my pink, beige, and gray go? It's right here. I mean, blue, beige, and gray. So let's move this up to get that corner piece up. Move it down. Okay, so this, we move all the way to the end, well, to this side. Move it to the right, move it up to the right, and we'll just do a 1, 2. A 2U now, and this is at the same level as this, and we just do RI, DI, RD. This is all in, and 1, 2. Okay, so now this is in. I think we have one more to go, and that's orange. I got 2 oranges here, none of which are correct. However, here's an orange and blue, so I'm going to move this into position and swing her down. Orange and purple. Orange and purple, there can't be too many even left. Okay, right over here, orange and purple. Let's move this guy to the top. Get him out of the way. And we'll move this guy down. If we can. Oh, there. Boom. Okay, orange and purple, where'd you go? Right here. So that's going to go into this position. So we're going to swing them up. 1, 2. Put them into position. So again, this side is only going to move this. Then we're going to move them back down. Oh, does not want to move totally locked. Oh, that's because we're not lined up here. 1, 2. Now this moved up over here. Okay, see that? This piece popped out. Now this should not pop. This I think might have to be super glued in. But let's see if I can just snap it in. Okay. I might super glue it, but I will just snap it in for now. Okay, because what I need is I just need the orange, light blue, and purple. Can I find it? Here's orange, light blue, purple. It's already exactly where I want it. Yeah, so I'm gonna move this up, and I'll just do my RI, DI, RD. This was merciful because it only took one, and I'll move it in. Okay, so now this is in. You can tell by the Mickey Mouse ears as well as the corner piece that's in. This is in, this is in, so all these are in. So this is this configuration. Here's the good news. Now you can take a little bit of a break because this is the easiest part. All you got to do is roll it in from the top, roll these corners in. So green, blue, and red. If I don't see it up here somewhere, it's somewhere along in here. Right here. So I just have to move it up. That's all it really takes. And this belongs over here. So you could do RID, RD if you want, if you hold it over here. So we're just rolling it in there. Red, white, and whatever that color is. It's going to come from here. So this is just going to roll into here. So this is among the fastest of the steps. Actually, this is the fastest step. So this is going to roll into here. So the only time I feel like a speed cuber. Ha! So that's in here. Now this, which is going to come from this guy, I think. Yeah. Just going to roll them in over there. Okay. Oh, one more here. And that's this. Okay, so that was just to refresh your memory that once you get these in, I now get these corners in, so all these are in. So over here, what that means is with this on the bottom, I'm going to get these guys in, so these corners. So the first one is pink, red, and blue. Let's find the pink, red, and blue, which is right here. So I'm going to move this just above, move this corner just above where it's supposed to be here. I guess I'm going to hold it here with this on my top layer, and I'm just going to go U, R, I, U, I, R. And I got lucky because it only took one of them, so you can see this is now in. So in addition to these Mickey Mouse ears, you got this corner in. So I'm looking for the pink, beige, and gray. So now I'm ready to find the pink, gray, and beige. Pink, gray, and beige. Okay, so right here. Locked. So what's locking me up here? There. Unfortunately, I lost track of where I was. Okay. Pink, beige, pink, beige, and gray wants to come right over here, and it's up here, so I can roll it in. Turn, and down. So now all these are in. The way that you can keep track of this is you're just filling the last one. So blue, gray, and orange. Blue, gray, and orange. Where are you? I think it's really got to be this one. Yep, it's this one right over here. Okay, and this is going to roll down to here. Might be easier to demonstrate this puzzle using an X-ray. Might be able to see through it better. And turn. Okay, this is all in. The remaining purple, and to be honest with you, it's just the last purple, so I don't really have to stress too much about which one it is, because there's only one purple. It's this one. We'll roll into here. Turn, and turn. By the way, I worked with it, and this is the best movement that I can get out of this. Took a lot of lubrication, though. Okay, I'm looking for the final white. That should catch the eye pretty well, right over here. Right above where it needs to be here. So turn, which moves this up. Turn this, which moves it in, and down. Okay, so you can see all of these are filled. Now it's at this point that I want to put these outer master pentultimate centers in. And I'm going to use that algorithm shown that causes these two to flip and these two to flip. But it will not cause any problems with the centers here. So for instance, this is already in, which is good. Where's the red one? Well, I can extract it from up here somewhere, right here. And the way that's going to work is I'm going to hold it over here. These two will flip-flop, and these two will flip-flop, but they're not in yet anyway, so we don't care. And that's going to be, with this in front of me, this and this, down, down, up, and up. Okay, clicked in. What I like about that is it doesn't change anything, but it did pop this red one in. Okay, this has to be the beige one. It's well, nope. Let's find it over here, which is right here. If I hold it here, these two will flip. We don't really care yet, so get myself lined up. Down, down, up. This is a tough layer right here. And up. Okay, so good. This is blue, which is right here. So these two will flip. I gotta be careful, nothing's in here yet. So down, down, up, up. So this is in. Okay, this is in. Now I just need to get the white one, which is here. These will flip, and these will flip. So with this in front of me, down, down, up, up. Okay, I'm glad they thought to put these stickers here. It does lend that extra challenge. So you can see all of these centers are in. Okay, we're going to continue with the megaminx solve.